So, welcome to the town of Achyth. Alright, here we go. It is a medieval city, obviously. Very similar architecture to that of Biefeld, the capital. Kind of this whole stretch of the major cities in the central part of Fadir. Characterized by the large city walls, using very large stone blocks which give the buildings a rugged, imposing appearance. As you fly over and can see into the city a bit, the thing that you notice is that the streets are very narrow and winding. They're designed to create a maze that would confuse invaders. That being said, you see a ton of people moving about. The city is full of life. Lots of people selling things, lots of wares being sold. Very tall, narrow buildings. So, the majority of the buildings are 2 stories tall, and they are almost built one on top of another. Alright, off to the side is a giant tower that stands above the walls, above the rest of the city.
One question, Chuck, while we're here.
Yeah.
What is your ruling on consumable items for spells?
After a certain level of spell, it requires it. So if you're going to cast Revivify or something that uses like a giant diamond.
So, say that I wanted to cook a hero's feast, which requires a 1,000 gold gem-encrusted bowl, which the spell consumes.
Yep, you're gonna need that bowl.
Well, I'm gonna look for one in this city, then.
Okay. So yeah, you arrive at the... Do you fly into the city, or do you...
I typically
land a few ways...
Land on the outskirts and then walk in normally.
Okay.
But I would love to just land on top of the great big tower and spider climb my way back to the ground.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
But the guard will.
The guards might try.
Ah! I'll land outside the city.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on. Now that I've thought of that idea, how impulsive am I feeling today?
And I'm not in a position to stop you right now.
No, you are not. Where's my wisdom? Yeah, okay. I'm cool.
Alright, you're cool. So yeah,
If it was under 10.
So you land a little bit outside of the city and make your way in. The gates are open. They are, there's not a steady stream of people going in and out, but there's some traffic. Guards are stationed at the entrance, but they aren't, like, stopping anybody. They're just keeping an eye out. City's yours. What would you like to do? Tal'Dama is looking for a magic shop or a gem shop of some kind.
I want to just wander around and see if anything seems odd.
Okay. So, Tal'Dama, I will say that you would know, you're gonna want a magic shop, not just a general jeweler's,
Okay.
store. So, that's yeah, that's kind of what you're on the lookout for. Oliver, what are you up to?
I will kind of split the other direction from Ridire.
Okay.
Look for things on my own as well.
I want to fully let myself get lost like a tourist to see what kind of unsavory folks might try to take advantage of someone like that.
Okay.
And for 10 minutes of that, I will use Detect Evil.
Okay. So everybody roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
Ooh.
21.
24.
That's very good for me.
That's really good for you. That's a 19. And
Oh
13.
man, that's actually perfect for Ser Ridire. He wants to get lost.
Well, I still got a 14 because of my shield, but yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
and all right, Tal'Dama, again, what's your passive? 29?
25. It's not
Oh.
quite 29.
Not yet. We'll start with Panda. You split apart away from the group, and how long does Detect Evil last?
10 minutes.
Okay. So for 10 minutes, as you walk around, you do get a few pings here and there. No aura that is standing out as, like, supremely evil. You're getting the sense that there are some bad people, but they're not murderers. They're not, they're not assaulting anybody. You see a guy yelling at a lady for rent. You see a merchant yelling at somebody or scolding somebody to do their job better. You see a little old lady who's just berating a group of kids for running in the street too loudly. But not anybody that would make you go, okay, I'm gonna have to follow them and see what they're doing. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm,
Now, if you wanted to melt the lady that's yelling at the kids, I mean, you can certainly do that.
I don't know.
No, I'm chilling. I'll eventually make my way back around to Ridire.
Okay. Which, I mean, as he wanders off, keeping kind of eyeline with him, it's pretty easy. He's fairly tall, and his cloak billows majestically. So,
With enough time and searching around, sure. We'll
Yeah.
find my way back again.
Ridire, getting lost in the touristy movement, a 14, you hear a couple of names being muttered by other people who are looking kind of touristy. You hear Micah's Tower, Gula's Library, Gula. You hear Elwengen and Bara are the names that you really hear, and then there is a little halfling child who's staring at the giant tower. As you're walking around, and you're, relatively speaking, this city is much more massive than what's depicted here. But as you're like over here, the tower is still visible. The tower is pretty well seen throughout much of the city. And as this little halfling boy is staring up at it, a grocer is standing off and watching him with this amused face and says, yep, that's Lowell's tower. Kind of runs the place,
All right. Once Oliver finds me again, I'll suggest we saunter off in the direction of the tower.
Okay. Tal'Dama,
Yes.
you wander around for a little bit. Are you asking people where to go, like, for directions to a magic shop? Are you just wandering? What are you up to?
I can very well read the signs, so I'm gonna ask for directions.
Okay. So, takes a couple of people to ask, but one does direct you in the general direction of a magic shop, and a couple minutes goes by, and you're directed by a storekeep. Better directions, and you are led to a magic store. Standing outside of it and sensing it, very neat little shop. There's a door in front of you that, as it opens, and the air goes coursing through the door. You get a sense of the layout, and very neat, very organized shop. And do you enter?
Yes, I walk in.
Okay. And a voice says to you, hello, how can I help you?
I'm looking for a special bowl.
A special bowl. Okay. Well, welcome to the Magical Owl.
Magical owl, you say?
Yes.
And how did you come upon that name?
We don't get enough people asking that. Thank you. I honestly kind of snuck into the Feywild one time, and this giant owl went across the sky. Very cool.
That sounds like it would be a fair sight.
It was awesome. So, but yes, okay. I'm sorry, my manners.
No, I love the Feywild.
Do you?
I
It's really good, isn't it? It's just cool, right?
It is pretty much my favorite place. And if I wasn't busy saving the world, I'd probably just be there right now, but here I am.
Saving the world.
I. Do you ever look up at night? Or during the day?
I mean, yeah.
Do you remember? Not too long ago, the moons used to be red.
Yeah, both of them were like crimson. It was dark. It was creepy.
And now one of them isn't.
I mean, yes, that's very accurate.
Guess who's responsible for turning the moon back to the way it was? And I know it sounds like a tall tale, but it's the honest truth.
Oh, I know this. I've heard who was responsible. What was their name? What was his name?
The Twilight Brigade.
No.
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 Really?
No. It was.
My knuckles are cracking. Oh my gosh.
My disrespect senses are tingling.
It's that night guy took the credit for it, didn't he?
Next time we see the Faded Few, we're gonna make sure they totally trash him in their story. Add in a verse.
Like it, Captain O'Dwyer, I think. Like, legendary hero. Yeah, we heard he took care of that.
My face is just like the mask just flickers into view for a second and fades back out as I'm just like crestfallen.
Did you just flicker?
Well, it happens when people take credit for things that I've done. I am very disappointed with our noble captain.
Are you saying that Captain O'Dwyer didn't do it, like the famed captain of the Byfeld army?
Donald Dwyer couldn't tell his head from a hole in the ground.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Sorry. So, a bowl is what you were looking for. I'm sorry. Was I rude?
No, you're fine. You got me thinking about the Feywild. We went off on a little tangent, but no, I do need a bowl because it's going to help me with saving the world.
Okay, important bowl.
And don't forget, you'll benefit from this as well, indirectly, of course. But
okay.
But I need a gem-encrusted bowl.
Oh, are we casting Hero's Feast?
We're cooking a very special meal indeed. Yes.
That's a high-level spell.
Is it?
That's pretty high. You can cast that?
I can do a lot of things that would make your hair curl.
Please don't. I spent a lot of time getting this straight and nice and looking how I want it.
And if I could see it, I'm sure it would be amazing.
Fair point. Okay. Well, yeah. Let me go in the back and just see what we've got in storage. Obviously, that's one of those items we don't really just put on the shelves for anybody to just walk by and take.
No, of course not. You can't have someone trying to cook a hero's feast. It's...
I've heard of some people just thinking that if they cook in it, no matter what, it just, it's gonna work. No cooking experience either. They just throw in, like, you know, a random protein and a random vegetable, and they're like, Hero's Feast.
But been there for some people.
I know. Let me go, and I'll be right back. And she runs in, and you hear the shuffling of some papers and items, and, you know, a couple seconds later, she comes out, and, okay, so, we do have one in stock.
Oh, that's very good.
And she hands it to you to feel and look over colloquially.
Oh, yes. This, rubies and agate, and a couple of emeralds. Oh, this feels very nice.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana 4, because I'm not very good at Arcana.
It's a bowl. You're not sure if it's magic or not.
I'm going to ask. No, you're sure that this is magical?
Oh, absolutely. We wouldn't charge what we do for it. Really, would we be open very long if we gave fake items?
I don't know, would you?
No, we'd be closed down quickly. That, like, Lol would not approve of
Who's
fake
Lol? I'm not from this town.
Oh. He's the Grand Wizard. Lives in a giant tower west side of town. Big thing for people to look at. Sorry. Yeah. So
Detected presence as we got here.
I'm sure you did. The magical aura coming from it is very strong. He's our leader of sorts. Wouldn't want to anger a great wizard like that by selling fake product. That would not. No.
Nor would you want to anger your customers.
No, obviously not. Both would be
Very
bad.
good then. So, I will take this bowl off your hands then.
Well, I mean, in exchange for 1,200 gold.
1,200, you say?
Going rate for a bowl of Hero's Feast.
I will give ye 100 platinums.
But
Look, if you want werewolves running over the land, fine.
what? No more werewolves. Nope. We dealt with that. Don't need any more.
And there won't be any more.
Good.
I mean, there could be some more.
No. Thank you. Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
I mean, we're almost just breaking even with that. But I really don't want any more werewolves, so I guess.
I will throw this in. I have some gemstones from a very long time ago in the campaign. I just have never gotten rid of them. I have 9 of them.
Oh.
I'll give her like 4.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Ooh, I can lay these out and enchant them and put them in a new bowl.
See, there you go.
Excellent. Yes, you have a deal. Absolutely. And she wraps it up nicely for you, and you have a bowl for a Hero's Feast.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Now, do you have a name?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? Isabel Cromwell at your service.
Ah, thank you. And I've always wanted to do this. My face goes completely white again. You've given a fey creature your name. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't take it from you. And it goes back.
No, wait. What are you doing with that? Why?
No, I kind of take people's names.
Okay.
But it was funny. If I could see the look on your face right now.
I am not as enjoying of this conversation anymore.
But thank you for the bowl, and I turn around and leave.
Uh-huh. The last thing you sense as you walk away is a very hurried half-elf running around looking for some kind of charm to protect from Fae.
Oh gosh. That's actually probably something she should do anyway. What was her name again, so I could write that down?
Isabel Cromwell, 21-year-old half-elf who's now terrified of the Fae.
Everybody in this campaign is so young.
I like young characters. I spend my time with high school students.
I am quite a sprightly young whippersnapper.
Like, Kathleen is only mid-30s. The half elf that we met in Cofford was mid-20s, like early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, the king's like 700 years
Yeah,
old.
the king's pretty old. I'm sure the queen has been taking life-extending potions to keep up with him. Because half elves don't live as long as regular.
Not anywhere near, no. I am going to, for my next campaign, I'm going to retcon elf lifespans. Because
they're hard to work around.
They are hard to work around.
So hard to work around.
Well, the problem is, like, with just regular history, like, elves could have seen... How long do elves live? Like 700 years or something like that?
Longer than that. There was a chart. I found a chart.
You do it with their Fey ancestry, so they descend from the Fey. When they are in the Feywild, they are ageless. When they are in the mortal realm, they live like slightly longer than humans. You could do it that way.
Actually, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
And there's things like if you have an elf who's also a druid, like they can live for
10 times that long.
7,000 years. Like...
Yeah.
Just think of how much has changed in the course of 7,000 years in human history.
I mean, like
all of humanity,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Civilization became into existence.
And I think it's a little bit more for like Drow, because Drow lived the longest.
I have in my notes, after purchasing my gem-encrusted bowl, I play a mischievous prank.
Okay. So as you leave, you go back to find the familiar sense of Ridire and Oliver, and retracing your steps, it takes you a little bit of time, but you're able to find them again. And so the three of you reconvene.
Lads, did you have a fun day?
It's actually only been about an hour in total.
Oh, did you have a fun hour? I went shopping.
We were actually on our way just over to tower over there.
Yeah, I heard whoever lives in that tower is kind of like the big boss.
The big boss, is he the handboy of this town?
Yeah, I wanted to see if he knew much about, how to make some bacon.
Well, I'm starting to run low on funds, so I could find someone who's willing to help me bring home the bacon.
I think Chuck's getting a little tired of these bacon bits.
I'm just gonna start playing with my new hard drive.
Is
Can
that what the
ignore
kids
you
are
all.
calling it these days?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the tower.
My players are being mean to me.
The only store in Boyham is a Piggly Wiggly. God.
Oh, great. Feral potatoes in on it, too.
Yes! 6 degrees of Kevin Boyham.
Damn it.
Ding.
Oh, God, Kevin.
Take it back. That's
Boy.
my next character comes from the Boyham line. Was sick of the family business.
Oh, God.
Oh, you all suck.
It's great.
I think we're hilarious.
I know.
Curiosity, your turn is next.
For what?
DMing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're just... I love these kinds of things. I hope you guys roll with whatever I name things. I'm gonna name things specific. Why do you think I made a Tavern 6? So you could riff off of stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. You make your way to the tower. Stands many, many stories tall. Oh. I don't know what to tell you. You're at the base of a tower. It's a giant mage tower.
Is there a door?
Are there guards?
There is a door. There are guards.
We'll approach the guards at the door.
They stand there. They don't say anything. They're just staring straight ahead.
Oh, they're
I
like
will-
Queen's guards.
I will knock on the door.
As you go to knock on the door, one of them moves his spear in front of you.
Oh, I think you dropped your spear there. Excuse me.
Whoops, your shoe's untied.
No entrance.
Well, why not?
But there's an entrance right there.
Why
Not
did you put it?
for tourists.
Oh,
Victor,
is that
I'm
what you think we are?
I'm actually here on behalf of the king and queen, and I'll pull out
Yeah.
my little
Yeah,
medallion.
medallion.
They quickly stand at attention. Sorry. Sorry. Yep. Right this way, please.
That's what I thought.
No, I respect that. You're doing your jobs.
We had no way of knowing until you presented documentation.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Please go in.
Keep up to
We'll
date
go
first.
in.
All right. So you enter, and at the bottom floor of this giant tower, is a stone floor, and as you walk in, the wall sconces light up around you, and you can see that you are in a very nice sitting room surrounded by books on the walls. It's a very nice little library / reading area. In the center of the room, surrounded by cushions, is a statue of like a little goblin-y imp creature that is in a pose of contemplation.
Was it like the thinking man, but a
Not
goblin?
not the the hand on the chin, but more of the
Okay.
Hello, is anybody home?
silence.
Right.
I'm gonna wander around the room and just start looking at stuff.
Roll me an investigation check. 15. All right.
Do I have advantage on that?
So there's various books, histories in one section. You're seeing different books on like the different mage colleges. There's one of, and then you get to another section, and it's like occultish style books, but some of it seems a little off to you. Maybe might be more fiction than. As you go around, you find another section, and this one appears to be like, Tabaxi's First Owlbear, and
Aww.
Other books like that.
I'm gonna grab one of those and start reading it.
I think little Carrig might like that.
As you pull it off the shelf, you hear a voice appear just over your left shoulder, Ridire. It says, "Oh, you got a good one there, do ya?" Alright. Well, as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Oh lord, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, make sure to do the like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Most importantly, may you roll those nat 20s, avoid those critical fails. Have a good night.
Bye.